Is the Beepkeeper 2 possible? Everything we know so far about Jason Statham's film. It feels like one man taking down the world with minimum resources is a genre that can never be topped. While there is John Wick doing this for a decade now, there is also Kill, which has emerged out of the Indian market and is about to get an English remake backed by Chad Stahelski, director of John Wick. But between these two emerged a movie that had one of the top best action artists across the world, Jason Statham, at the center of it, and was not just a box office success but also a loved movie across the world. We are indeed talking about The Beekeeper. The entry of the movie was at quite an interesting juncture because it was the point we were talking about at the end of the John Wick franchise. While The Beekeeper of course cannot replace Keanu Reeves' movies, it is a decent substitute. The Beekeeper 2 possible? Ever since the release of the first film, fans of Jason Statham, the genre, and the movie have just one question: will The Beekeeper 2 ever get made? Well, there is no official announcement on this as of yet, but everything in a way says it is highly possible. The first reason is the presence of an action star as big as Statham, who is part of some top-bracket franchises including The Expendables and Fast and Furious. The second is that the movie has had a very interesting domestic box office run, and the third is that both Statham and director David Ayer are interested in returning. Read on to know everything you should about the same. With a Rotten Tomatoes score of 92%, The Beekeeper is marked fresh on the platform. The movie, which was released in January 2024, turned out to be the 15th highest domestic opener with a collection of $66.2 million. So there is every reason for the film to turn the Jason Statham starer into a film franchise, and even the star and director David Ayer thinks so. As per Screen Rant, the filmmaker even spoke about the same recently. Talking about the expansion of the Beekeeper franchise, David Ayer said, "We cracked the door a little bit into the Beekeeper world, and I would love to learn more about them. I'm extremely curious. Where do they come from? Who are they? How do they operate? What happened in the system? It's just an amazing mythology. There's so much room to explore." About the Beekeeper. A retired special operative, Mr. Clay, turns his life around to beekeeping, but little does he know life is going to throw him back at the job. When his neighbor, who he calls his family, commits suicide after falling prey to a scam and losing everything, he seeks revenge and sets out to get it. The brutality of the nature of the movie is quite alarming. The official synopsis for the same reads, "In The Beekeeper, one man's brutal campaign for vengeance takes on national stakes after he is revealed to be a former operative of a powerful and clandestine organization known as Beekeepers.